At dawn, when the first rays of sunlight slip through the tree canopy, there is a miraculous moment when earth and sky seem to merge, as if the entire universe is whispering an ancient promise that everything can be renewed, that every wound can be healed. The dewdrops glistening on the grass, like tiny jewels of nature, reflect the light of hope, reminding us that even the smallest things carry a divine strength within them. Your home, where you tread each day, where the laughter of children echoes and silent tears fall, holds this same whisper. It is not merely walls of brick, wooden door frames, or a tiled roof shielding you from the rain. It is a sanctuary, a refuge for the soul, a place where you can invite the presence of God to transform ordinary moments into miracles. Salt, that humble gift crystallized from the heart of the earth and sea, is not just a seasoning for meals. It is a symbol of covenant, of purification, of a quiet yet profound power. Salt is not just a seasoning, it is sacred, it is covenant, it is strength. The women of old, with their weathered hands and hearts ablaze with faith, understood this. They needed no elaborate rituals or grandiose words. All they required was a pinch of salt, a whispered prayer, and an unwavering belief that God was listening. They stood at the threshold, in the hidden corners of the home, by the bedside, and sprinkled salt as a holy act, as an invitation for God's light to flood in, dispelling the darkness of anxiety, sorrow, and fear. Life, like the seasonal winds blowing across a field, often brings things unbidden. There are days when you return home with a heavy heart, carrying the sharp words of an argument, the stress of work, or nameless sorrows that cling to you like shadows. These things, like sudden gusts, try to slip through the cracks of your door, seeking to take root in your sanctuary. But you, bearer of the light of faith, have the power to decide what may stay. When you take a pinch of salt, small but filled with meaning, and place it down with trust, you are drawing a sacred line, like a small stream that keeps a field from flooding. You are telling the winds of chaos, "This is holy ground where only peace may dwell." I once saw a woman, in the early morning as the sun just rose over a rural field, standing quietly before her modest home. Her name was Mary, and she lived a simple life marked by scars from years of hardship. Unsteady work, worries for her family, and sleepless nights had weighed down her heart. But one day, she learned from her mother a simple ritual: to take a pinch of salt, sprinkle it at the door, and pray. "Lord," she whispered, "let this home be where I find you, where the winds of worry cannot reach." As she did this, the sunlight seemed to shine brighter, the air in the house felt lighter, and her heart, once burdened, began to sense a spark of hope. That salt, though just a small handful, became an invisible flame, igniting the faith that her home was not just a shelter, but a sanctuary where God reigned. The Bible teaches that we are the salt of the earth, called to bring change, to purify what has been tarnished, and to preserve what is good. The salt in your hand is not merely a physical substance, but a declaration that you believe in a mighty God who can turn the smallest things into miracles. When you sprinkle salt, you are not only protecting your home from negative energies, but also opening your heart to blessings, for the laughter that echoes through the hallways, for meals prepared with love, for dreams healed in the stillness of the night. You are partnering with God to make your home a place where His light shines, where every step bears the mark of peace. But this act is not just about the house. It is about your soul. Life, like a field passing through different seasons, has moments of lush green and times of barren dryness. There are days when you feel strong, but also days when you carry unseen wounds, the fears of the future, regrets of the past, or quiet sorrows that weigh down your heart. When you sprinkle salt, you are not only sanctifying a physical space, but also sanctifying yourself. You are saying to God, I trust you to renew my soul, even when I feel I stand in a barren field. And He, who always listens, responds with love, with healing, with peace like a stream flowing through a field, nourishing everything in its path. Your home, whether grand or humble, simple or ornate, is a gift from God, a field He has entrusted to your care. Each grain of salt you place is a seed of faith, sown into the earth to sprout into joy, rest, and moments where you feel His presence. Though the scorching sun may tire you, though cold winds may make you tremble, you can stand firm, hold the salt, and say, Here, God reigns. Here, I find meaning. And when you do, you will see, like the dawn illuminating a field, that your home is not just a place to live, but a sanctuary where miracles begin, where your soul finds purpose, and where every step is guided by God's light. As the sunset casts golden hues across the roads, the front door of your home stands quietly but meaningfully, like a steadfast sentinel. It is not merely wood or paint, but a sacred threshold where the outside world meets your sanctuary. Each time you open the door and cross that line, you are not just entering a house, but stepping into a space guarded by God, where the winds of worry must halt and the light of blessings is invited to pour in. The front door is your altar. It is where you declare what your home will and will not be. It is the boundary between chaos and peace, between the burdens of daily life and the rest of the soul. But life, like relentless waves crashing against the shore, often brings uninvited things. Harsh words from an argument, the stress of work, or silent sorrows that follow you like a shadow, all try to slip through that door. And if you do not stand firm, if you do not claim your authority, they will enter, dimming the light within your sanctuary. Consider the vast ocean, boundless and eternal, where waves may be fierce but are always held back by the sandy shore. Your front door is like that shore of the soul, where you can say, thus far and no further. Take a pinch of salt, small as the grains on a beach, and place it at the threshold. Sprinkle it with a heart full of faith, whispering a prayer. Peace dwells here. All troubles, all pain, stay outside. In doing so, you are not just placing salt, but erecting an invisible wall, a declaration that this home belongs to God, covered by His love and light. I once knew a man named John, living in a small village where sea breezes carried both the tang of salt and the weight of painful memories. His life was heavy with losses, unstable work, long nights worrying about the future. But one day, he learned to stand at his front door, salt in hand, and pray. Lord, he said, let this home be where I find you, where I release my burdens. Day by day, he realized that door not only kept the cold winds out, but opened a space where his heart found healing. Arguments lessened, smiles returned, and that small house became a place where even visitors felt an inexplicable peace. The Bible teaches that God blesses us as we come and go, that He is the guardian of our gates. When you sprinkle salt at the door, you are partnering with Him, inviting Him to place His mark on that threshold. Salt, like seawater crystallized under the sun, carries the power of purification. It not only drives away what does not belong to God, but also paves the way for joy, love, and moments where children's laughter rings like bells in the morning. You are proclaiming to the world, this is holy ground, where all good things are welcomed. But standing at the door is not always easy. There are days when the sunset brings no hope, only reminders of wounds, and your heart may feel heavy. Tears may fall at the threshold, unspoken words may catch in your throat, but in that moment, as you hold the salt and pray, you will feel a transformation. Like the sea calming after a storm, your soul will find stillness. Your shoulders will relax, your breath will deepen, and you will know you have come home, not just to a house, but to a place where God waits to embrace you. That threshold, with a pinch of salt and a prayer, becomes an altar of hope. It is where you declare that this home will not be a battlefield, not a place for sorrow, but a haven of light, healing, and love. Each step across the threshold is a reminder that you are protected, that God stands there like a sunset painting gold across the sea, guiding you to peace. In the late afternoon, as the day's last light scatters golden patches across the floor, there are hidden corners in your home that seem to whisper. They sit quietly, where sunlight rarely reaches, where dust gathers like unsoothed memories. These corners, though small, carry the weight of unspoken things, unshed tears, and pains thought long forgotten. But God, who sees all that is hidden, never overlooks these shadowed places. He stands ready, waiting for you to invite him in, to let his light dispel the darkness. The corners carry the weight of things we haven't fully said, apologies we never received, fears we thought we could outrun. These corners are not just where dust collects, but where your soul tucks away its fragments, a harsh word still echoing, an unfinished dream, or a silent sorrow without a name. They are like deep forests, where trees grow thick, blocking the sun, yet a single ray of light can open a path. And salt, that simple gift from the earth, is that ray, carrying the power to purify, ready to cleanse what has been overlooked. Take a pinch of salt and gently place it in the corner, where light is dim and memories linger. As you do, let your heart speak. Lord, cleanse this place, heal what is broken. You are not just sprinkling salt, but opening an invisible door, inviting the Holy Spirit to enter, like spring breezes blowing through a forest, bringing new breath to withered branches. That salt, though small, is a declaration that no corner of your home or your soul is beyond God's reach. Consider a forest after rain, when water droplets linger on leaves, sparkling like jewels. Rain does not choose where to fall. It refreshes both the tallest trees and the lowliest grasses. So too, God's love overlooks no part of your home, not even the corners you've long forgotten. But for rain to fall, you must open your heart. For light to come, you must act. Sprinkling salt in the corners is how you say, "Even here, Lord, I want you to touch. Even the wounds I haven't faced, please heal them." I once knew a woman named Sarah, living in a small house on the outskirts, where old walls seemed steeped in her sorrows. Years ago, she lost a loved one, and that pain lingered like a shadow in the corners of her rooms. One day, guided by a friend, Sarah began to sprinkle salt in those corners, the living room where she wept alone, the kitchen where meals lacked laughter, and the bedroom where sleep was restless. With each pinch, she whispered, "Take this pain away, and let peace remain." Miraculously, not everything changed instantly, but the space around her grew lighter. The sound of birdsong outside became clearer, smiles with neighbors came easier, and her heart, once heavy, began to feel light. Those corners, once havens for sorrow, became places where God planted seeds of hope. The Bible says God searches the heart, knows all that lies in darkness, and his light shines everywhere. When you place salt in the corners, you partner with him, letting that light touch places you cannot cleanse alone. Salt, like sand smoothed by ocean waves, carries the power to purify, not arguing with dirt, but quietly cleansing it. You are saying to painful memories, you no longer have power here. You are saying to fears, you must leave. And you are saying to God, fill this place with your love and peace. But standing before a corner is not always easy. At times, touching those places may make your heart tremble. Old memories may rise, like wind stirring a forest, shaking dry branches. It could be the pain of a goodbye, the regret of a lost chance, or shame you've hidden. But in that moment, as you kneel, sprinkle salt, and pray, you will feel a transformation. Like a forest brightening at sunrise, your soul will find release. Those corners cease to be havens for darkness and become altars of healing, where you and God rewrite the story together. Each corner you anoint with salt is a step of faith, an invitation for light to flood in. You are declaring that this home is not only beautiful where others see, but holy where only God sees. From the living room where family gathers, to the kitchen where meals are made with love, to the small room where you pray in silence, every corner can become a place where God dwells. And when you do this, you will see, like sunlight piercing through leaves after rain, that your home is not just a shelter but a sanctuary, where every wound is healed, where every dream is reborn. As night falls, draping your home in a blanket of stillness, there are moments when the world seems to slow. Moonlight glimmers through the window, like nature's gentle whispers, reminding us that rest is a sacred gift. Your bed, where you lay each night, is not just a place for the body to recover, but a sanctuary where your soul seeks peace, where God bends down to embrace your weariness and fears. Yet not every night is kind. Some nights, darkness brings nightmares, nameless fears, or burdens that turn sleep into a battle. Rest is not just a matter of the body. Rest is holy. Rest is sacred. Sleep is the moment you surrender to God's embrace, but it is also when your soul is most vulnerable. Worries about tomorrow, painful memories, or waves of unease may creep in, like cold winds slipping through a window in winter. Under the bed, where shadows stretch and imagination sometimes runs wild, is where you can plant seeds of peace. Take a pinch of salt, simple yet powerful, and place it there like a silent prayer. Lord, protect my sleep, shield my soul in the dark. Think of a river flowing gently under moonlight, carrying every sorrow to the sea. Your sleep can be such a river, where burdens are washed away, where your soul is renewed. But for that river to flow, you must invite God to stand guard. Sprinkling salt under the bed is not superstition, but an act of faith, a declaration that even in the darkest hours, you are not alone. That salt, like small stones gleaming by the riverbank, is a sign that this place is sanctified, that fear has no place to hide, that God's peace will envelop you like the moon's soft light. I once knew a woman named Anna, living in a small house by a rural river. Every night she wrestled with haunting dreams, memories of hard days, worries for her children, and fears that woke her with a racing heart. One evening, as moonlight shone through her window, she chose to do what her grandmother once did. She knelt, placed a pinch of salt under her bed, and prayed, Lord, let this sleep be yours. Keep me from the winds of fear. That night, for the first time in months, she slept deeply, free of nightmares. When she woke, the morning light seemed warmer, and her heart brighter. once heavy, felt a new stillness. The salt under her bed, though small, became an invisible candle, illuminating the sanctuary of her sleep. The Bible teaches that God grants peaceful sleep to those he loves, that he is the guardian of your nights. When you sprinkle salt under the bed, you partner with him, inviting him to transform your place of rest into a holy space where angels stand watch, where nightmares must flee. Salt, like river water touched by moonlight, carries the power to purify, driving away anxiety and bringing stillness. You are saying to fears, "You will not write the script for this night." You are saying to God, "Fill this place with your presence, so my sleep becomes a song of praise." But standing by the bed in the dark is not always easy. Some nights, when the moonlight seems too faint, your heart may tremble. Worries may rise, like small waves lapping at a riverbank, reminding you of hard days or unresolved matters. It could be concern for family, unease about the future, or an old pain still lingering. But in that moment, as you kneel, sprinkle salt, and pray, you will feel a transformation. Like a river calming when the wind ceases, your soul will find rest. Your sleep is no longer a battlefield, but a sanctuary, where God holds you, where your dreams are touched by his grace. Each pinch of salt under the bed is a step of faith, an invitation for peace to flood in. You are declaring that this home and your sleep belong to God. From the small room where you rest to the dreams you carry through the night, every moment can become holy. And when you do this, you will see, like moonlight illuminating a river, that your sleep is not just rest, but a gift, a reminder that God watches over you, that you are loved, that you are protected. Though darkness may loom outside, though winds of worry may blow, you can lay your head down and know, here, I am safe. Here, God is with me. On quiet summer nights, when the sky sparkles with stars, tiny fireflies dance, carrying flecks of light that pierce the darkness. They need not blaze like the sun or glow like a flame. Their small light is enough to remind us that even in the deepest night, there is hope, beauty, and life. Your home, where you return after long days, can be such a firefly, a small light in a chaotic world, a place where God places his hand to transform the ordinary into the sacred. Today, you are invited to ignite that light, to make your home a sanctuary where peace reigns, where your soul finds meaning, and where every wound is healed. Salt, that simple gift from the earth, is the light you can hold in your hand. It is neither costly nor showy, but when placed with a heart full of faith, it becomes a living prayer, an invisible candle illuminating every corner of your sanctuary. Salt is not just a seasoning, it is sacred, it is covenant, it is strength. Through the act of sprinkling salt, you partner with God, inviting him into every space, from the front door, where you welcome blessings, to the corners, where hidden pains are healed, to under the bed, where your sleep becomes a sanctuary of rest. Each pinch of salt is a declaration that you believe in a mighty God who can turn small things into miracles, who sees you even when you feel invisible. Consider a golden rice field under moonlight, where dew drops gleam like tiny jewels. That field needs no loud call to be noticed, yet its beauty slows the heart of a weary traveler, letting them feel the peace of heaven and earth. Your home is the same. It need not be grand or perfect, only open to faith's action. When you stand at the door, sprinkle salt, and pray, you draw a sacred line, telling the winds of worry, "This is holy ground, where only love and light may enter." The front door is your altar. It is where you declare what your home will and will not be. That threshold becomes where you welcome God, release burdens, and open your heart to blessings, like a rice field opening to nourishing dew. Then you step into the hidden corners, where light rarely reaches, where memories and sorrows quietly dwell. Those corners, like small bushes at a field's edge, may be overlooked, but God never forgets. When you sprinkle salt there, you invite His light to shine, saying to old wounds, "You no longer have power here." The corners carry the weight of things we haven't fully said, apologies we never received, fears we thought we could outrun. Each pinch of salt is a step toward healing, a call for God to renew places you thought forgotten. And as you do, you will see, like bushes blooming after rain, that those corners are no longer havens for darkness, but places where God sows hope. And when night falls, as you lay on your bed under the gentle glow of stars, you can make sleep a sacred gift. Under the bed where shadows may creep, you sprinkle salt and pray, so your sleep is no longer a battlefield of anxiety, but a tranquil river carrying burdens to the sea. Rest is not just a matter of the body. Rest is holy, rest is sacred. The salt under the bed declares that even in the darkest hours, God is watching, that your dreams are touched by His grace. Like fireflies bringing light to the night, that salt is an invisible candle, illuminating the sanctuary of your sleep, so you wake with a light heart, ready for a new day. The Bible teaches that we are the salt of the earth, called to bring change, to purify, and to preserve what is good. Each pinch of salt you sprinkle is an act of faith, a reminder that you have the power to shape your living space, to make your home a place where laughter echoes, love breathes, and peace reigns. You need not wait for a perfect moment, a lavish home, or a flawless life. Right now, with a pinch of salt and an open heart, you can stand, like a farmer sowing seeds in a field, and plant the seeds of faith in your home. A rice field never asks why it must wait for rain or doubts if the moonlight is bright enough to guide it. It simply opens, receives, and grows. So too, your home and soul need only open to receive God's love. Though scorching days may tire you, though dark nights may make you tremble, you can stand firm and know, here God is with me, here I find meaning. Each pinch of salt, each prayer, is a firefly, bringing light to the darkness, reminding you that no threshold, no corner, no sleep is beyond God's reach. So take the salt, stand at your door, in the corners, under your bed, and sprinkle it with a heart full of trust. Let each act be a song of praise, a call for God to make your home a sanctuary where miracles happen, where children's laughter rings like wind chimes, where dreams are healed under the stars. And as you do, you will see, like a golden rice field under moonlight, that your home is not just a shelter, but a small light in the world, a firefly in the night, guiding you to peace, to meaning, to God's eternal love.